All right, boys. Today I want to touch base on something that I've noticed a few of you guys have asked in the last video with this car. So for those who watched the last video with this car, we took it out and made some pretty hard pulls on it. And a lot of you guys now think that this car is now faster than my Supra. So I wanted to touch base on that and kind of explain what's actually going on with both of these cars. So that way you guys can understand a little bit better as to whether this car is actually faster than that one or if it's just your perspective. So to start off with this one, this is a fully built 2JZ GTE 3.0. So it has an induction performance stage 2 block, a built head that my boy Moose built for me. It's got stage 3 BC cams, upgraded valve train, for air valves. Pretty much every single option that you could think about for the head was done. Now, in regards to everything that's attached to the engine, it's more of a budget setup, you guys. My goal was to see how much horsepower I can make out of a budget turbo kit before I ended up swapping this out for the high-end stuff, like which is what's on my car. So to start, this is a $300 eBay turbo manifold, a BorgWarner S366 off the shelf, nothing fancy. Intercooler kit that I built by myself here at the house. I spent maybe $400 on this. I ended up cutting and welding and fabbing it up by myself. This is an eBay 4-inch, what's up, boy? That's an eBay 4-inch intercooler. Yeah, stock intake manifold. Nothing too crazy as far as the turbo kit is considered. Now, in regards to fuel system and ECU, I don't ever cheap out on that. I do have some FIC, fuel injectors, Powerhouse Racing, fuel rail, and a full fuel kit pretty much. All fuel lines were replaced. I have a Weldon 2345 fuel pump in the back. So fuel was definitely not something I cheaped out on. Now, as you guys will see, I have the induction performance IG N1A coils, and it's all run with an AEM Infinity, and it's all tuned by Ethan over at Trackstar. Now, as far as the exhaust is concerned, this is a boosted project fabbed exhaust kit. I've actually made the entire thing. I made the downpipe. Get back, boy. I'm sure you guys can see it, but I made the mid pipe and all the way to the back to the exhaust. I fabbed up the entire thing here on my own. It is a 4-inch all the way to the back. Now, as far as the drivetrain is concerned, this is a Grannis Racing T56 Magnum with a ST246 clutch with an aluminum drive shaft running through here, and it is all attached to an OS Geiken LSD differential. Now we come over here to my Supra. This is my baby. Let's go over the build on this one, because this is going to be everything that one has plus a little bit more. All right, so on this one, this one actually started off as an induction performance stage 3 block, but something happened a few years ago. I ended up blowing it up and I had to rebuild it, and now I am running the RS 1600 pistons, and it's pretty much built maybe for 1500 horsepower around there. So fully built bottom end, just like that one. And the head on this one, pretty much the same stuff on that one. I upgraded everything. I put new valves, new everything on it. But this actually runs on GSC S2 cams and has a full port and polish job. It's like a maxed out head. So that's the reason that this car, the engine alone, will still make more power than that one. Now, as far as everything that's attached to the motor, there's really nothing cheaped out on this one. This is like a high-end build. This is a Virtual Works turbo manifold, precision turbo, Boost Logic exhaust all the way to the back, a Hypertune intake manifold, 4-inch piping all the way. I believe it's a 5 or 6-inch. I can't remember. It's from ETS, and it runs on a Pro EFI ECU. Boy, you're always here. How you doing? Now, as far as the drivetrain on this car used to be a TH400 car, but I got tired of that, so I switched it out. Same as the other one, T56 Magnum. However, this runs a Tilton 246 HD clutch. So the clutch on the red Supra rated for maybe 1200 horsepower. This one will hold maybe 1600 horsepower. So a lot more aggressive clutch on this car. It definitely feels like it too. Now it's all connected with a also aluminum drive shaft to the back on a 9-inch rear end. So this car's drivetrain is significantly stronger than the red one. Now, just a quick note, please excuse the cars being so dusty. We've had like freaking sandstorms here. I don't know what the hell's going on, and all that stuff came into my garage too, so it's been pretty bad. So now that you guys know the build of the cars, I want to explain why some of you guys think that this car is faster than this one. So this car made 725 horsepower with a crap ton of boost leaks. I've since fixed all that, and I'm thinking the car runs maybe around 750 to 800 horsepower with this setup. Now, this car over here makes a lot more than that. 1278 wheel horsepower on boost, almost 1400 on nitrous. So a big difference from that one. So the question is, why do some of you guys think that this car is faster? And it's really all based on how you set up the car. So whenever I go out and I drive this car, it has no traction control. I'm going into it full force. I'm just basically controlling the animal, right? Now on my Supra, it has traction control. It has a really good drag suspension on it. It's got really nice wheels and very sticky tires. So this car was literally built to hook up and go. Now, even though on this car it may seem like I have really big tires, I do, but look at that. They're drag radials, but these are not so sticky as compared to those tires. Another thing that you guys need to take into consideration is that this car has longer gears than this one. So on this one, I'm flying through gears. First gear, red line, second gear, red line, third gear, I'm pedaling, trying to control the car. And I'm going maybe 110 miles an hour by the time I get to the top of third. On this car, I'll do that in second gear. So I'm not shifting as much on this car, and it's actually still hooking and booking. So it's a perception thing, right? It may look like this is faster, but this one's actually moving faster without all the spinning. Now, one more thing that I will tell you guys is that you guys have actually never seen this car at its full capabilities. I know I told you guys that I turned this car up on some videos, which I have, but I've never turned it up all the way to setting 5. I've only shown you guys setting 3, 1, 2, and 3 with this car. And the reason that I don't record this on setting 5 is because the speeds that I hit on that, it's a little bit too much. The speeds are a little bit excessive. I don't want to put that on camera. And yeah, so you guys actually have never even seen this car turned all the way up. That one you have, just because, I mean, it's only 800 horsepower. This one at, 1300 horsepower, it's a whole different experience. Now, with that being said, this car here on setting 3 still does make a lot more horsepower than this one. But lately, I feel like this has been a lot more fun to drive than that one. It's hard to believe, but sometimes when you build a car to, such caliber, it does take out some of the fun away. That car on setting 1 is pretty much this car maxed out right now. Now, I'm gonna say one thing that I know most of you guys are not gonna be too happy about. Even though this car looks like it's, crazy fast, which it is, don't get me wrong, and it's actually really fast, but I mean, when you've compared it to this, it's a big difference, right? But believe it or not, the Mustang right now is still faster than this one. But again, it's just all a perception thing. This was built for drag racing. It is literally everything designed to hook up and go straight. So this car doesn't really spin as bad. It's all based on perception. Sometimes, we can manipulate the videos and make it seem like, it's way, way faster than it actually is. However, here on this channel, I keep it 100 and I'll tell you guys exactly how it is. So to end the video and answer some of y'all's questions, absolutely not. This car is not faster than this one. And even when I do upgrade the turbo kit, which I will this year, and I put a big turbo, big everything, it still won't be faster than this one, because then I'll upgrade that one to be faster than this one. I know Lila's not going to be too happy about that, but ultimately this car was designed to be really, really fast with the Ford 9-inch, the HD clutch. Everything is just, it's just there for this car. But I hope that has answered a lot of y'all's questions. Now, if you guys have any other questions regarding these cars, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments and I'll get back to you guys ASAP. Later. Now, for those who stayed to the end of the video, I'll tell you this car is a twin turbo and makes well over 800 horsepower, probably close to 900.